I'm Scoot, and welcome to the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you will. It's free, and you can help us build this YouTube channel. And at some point, we're going to add graphics and things like that as soon as I can figure out, how to do it or get somebody to help me with that. But we've got a lot of interesting things on the channel and more to come. So I hope you subscribe, and if you haven't, just take a moment, subscribe. It's free, and then we give you a notice every time we do something new. And you can scroll back and check on some of the things that we've done. And there's a lot of interesting topics, discussions, some interviews, and yeah, it's amazing how I will get notices that people are just commenting on something that I did months ago, or maybe even a year ago. So it's fun. Look, let me get right to the point. We now live in a world where criticizing people has become a recreational sport. It's true. And I don't know why people, well, I guess I do know why people are so comfortable criticizing people. Because it makes them feel better about their own stupid, shitty lives. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. Simone Biles, the US gymnast, she says she has a mental health issue that prevents her from performing at a top level. And in gymnastics, I don't know this because I'm not a gymnast, but in gymnastics, you have to be mentally ready to do that, or you could lose track of what you're doing in the air and end up falling and breaking your neck. So Simone Biles drops out of the Olympics. And, a lot of people just say, hey, we've got your back. We support you. Mental health issue, whatever. But then there are those who are criticizing her. I talked about this on my radio show earlier today on WWL. And, some of the comments that came in are just like, absurd. Like one guy is texting in, uh, come on, grow up. If you were a football player, they would tell you to just get tough. Well, we don't know what's going on in Simone Biles' head. Mental health is not bullshit. It's true. It's real. It's very, very real. And so we don't know what's going on there. And to just casually say, because it's this little female, oh, just grow up, that's bullshit. And I would love to see the person that sent that text. I'd like to see who they are. I'd like to see what they look like. And that's the interesting thing about those who criticize. They're really feeling shitty about their damn lives. And it makes them feel better when they criticize somebody else. That's the motivation. Feeling better about oneself. I'll criticize the crap out of you so I can make myself feel better. Well, if this is your mentality, then you're probably a miserable person in the first place. You probably don't have much to offer. And you realize your own downfall. You realize your own shortcomings. And so what do? To boost yourself up? You criticize other people. And body shaming, calling people fat. I'm going to talk about that on the Scoot on the Air Facebook page very shortly. But I want to focus on Simone Biles. I grew up with a very severe case of obsessive compulsive disorder. It's under control now. But when I was young, nobody knew what that was. And so I grew up thinking that I was the only person that dealt with this. I can tell you it was a silent torture. It was awful. I still deal with it today. But as I say, it's under control. But there were times that I could not move. There were times that my thought process just locked my brain and I couldn't physically or mentally move forward. And somebody might just say, "Well, just stop thinking that. You can't do that." So I'm not saying that this is the same thing that happened to Simone Biles, but I am saying that there are things that go on in your brain that it's easy for you to say, "Oh, just grow up and get over it." You can't. You can't. And it just goes to show how many people just totally lack understanding of these things. So let's wait and learn a little bit more about Simone Biles. She did what she felt like she had to do. And with a Japanese tennis star, Naomi Osaka, recently dropping out of tennis because of a mental health issue, Michael Phelps, the gold medal Olympic swimmer, has talked about mental health issues. Why is this so hard for some people to believe? It's it's not like you're a weak person. If this is not part of your life, you don't know. And you have no idea how difficult it is. I mean, look, I love my life now. I'm great. But there was a time that that wasn't the case. And when you explain to somebody what you do and they say, "Well, just don't think about that." It's not that easy. So for Simone Biles to just say, "Oh, grow up, get over it." You don't know what's going on in her head. It's not that easy. Thank you for joining me on the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. Again, I hope you become a subscriber. And we cover a lot of excuse me, a lot of different topics here. A lot of different topics here. And also join me on my radio show on WWL, 870 AM, 1053 FM. That's in New Orleans and throughout the Gulf South. But you can also download the app Odyssey, AUDACY, and type in WWL. And I'm on the air Monday through Friday, 1 to 4 in the afternoon, Central Time. But thanks for being with me here on the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel.